The starter eyes him down, and the green flag is out for the IceBreaker 150.
Down to the bottom of turn number 1. Jake Johnson guards the inside lane. Here comes Bonsignor. Like a rocket down the back straightaway, Justin Bonsignor moves into position number 1. With less than 5/8 of a mile, they come thundering back to the line.
Lap number 1 will belong to Justin Bonsignor. He said earlier today that he wants to redeem himself from that missed
Trouble!
chip.
We've got a situation, 3 cars, 4 cars, hit and a ton down in turn number 1.
Take another look at it. It happened toward the back of the pack. It was actually Bobby Santos. Looked like maybe a right rear tire went down on the 44 of Santos.
As they're about to fire them back out.
Justin Bonsignor, that preferred outside lane for the start, darts back down into turn number 1. A little bit cleaner this time than it was the first time around, and Bonsignor is freeing away with the race lead. Outside groove, though. Look at Craig Lutz in that 46. Launch off turn 2.
Just as impressive as Lutz is, here comes Patrick Emmerling. Emmerling moves alongside Ronnie Silk with the number 1 car. Back down into turn number 1. 3 cars, 4 cars run single file. Bonsignor on the high side. Lutz on the inside. Evenly matched. Bonsignor with a little more giddy up off the turn, but you know the story here. If you can take it in deep, you can make the move. Now we've got a crossover.
That's what makes racing at Thompson so great, the way you sweep up in the center of the corner, that the crossover move is common, but Justin Bonsignor was not able to make it work. Bonsignor, I thought, was just going to let Craig Lutz just go right on by over there in turn 3. Lutz has shown that he wants to get out in front. He wants to set the pace here today, and he's already got 2 victories at this racetrack. It's no surprise to see him up front.
But today, new day and a new deal. Here is a good battle that is going on, but we've got a caution. Caution comes out. Second caution of the event. Car number 4, Tim Conley's car, slows in the backstretch.
The green flag is back out here at Thompson as they rumble onto the main straightaway.
There's no question about it. Almost like he gave the leader of the pack, Lutz, a power assist. It is Ronnie Silk, high, wide, and handsome down the back straightaway. Silk moves into the 2nd spot. Side-by-side racing, Joe, for the 3rd position. Here comes Jake Johnson, car number 3.
Johnson working the outside lane while Ron Silk takes a peek on Craig Lutz into turn number 1. Can't make it work, though, and the battle is on for 3rd. Justin Bonsignor to the bottom. Jake Johnson stuck at the top groove.
Jake Johnson continues to ride high. He moves back into the 3rd spot. Here comes the young Catalano, Trevor Catalano. Trouble now, off the turn, Swanson. The 56, just as we said it, all of a sudden drops off the pace. Right now, we've re-racked the field. The Whelen Modified Tour is under green to the bottom of turn number 1. Ronnie Silk put the car to the bottom, car number 16. But here on the outside, Bonsignor is back on the roll, and here comes Jake Johnson, car number 3.
Jake Johnson goes to the outside of Ronnie Silk, but Silk walked up the racetrack, and Johnson now going to lose a couple of positions. Here comes Patrick Emmerling rallying down at the bottom in a bid for the 4th spot. Is Emmerling trying to move inside the top 4 for the first time today, but that outside lane, so much momentum here at Thompson when you could roll the top.
Certainly was, and right there in that front pack of cars, it is car number 64, Austin Beers. With 35 laps in this race, he has passed more cars than anyone else in the field. On lap number 48, just shy of lap 50 of this 150-lap event here on the historic 50th anniversary of the IceBreaker event. Here comes Silk again, down into turn number 3. Plants it to the bottom, drifts up the racetrack. That's the perfect definition of the slide. 2nd place is now being held by Ronnie Silk with car number 16.
Ron Silk, since he got by Justin Bonsignor, was slowly starting to reel in the race leader in the 46. That is Craig Lutz. Now Silk took a look to the outside, inside, off turn number 2. Now in the tire tracks, Lutz will protect the bottom. Here comes Silk with a crossover off turn 4.
He makes the move to the inside. It is Silk. Lap traffic just ahead of them. Bottom of turn number 1. Ronnie Silk becomes the next leader of the event. Lutz can't believe his eyes. With a blink of an eye, he drops back to 2nd.
And he has now handed that off to his 2 younger brothers, Tyler and Trevor. As the caution flag is out, it's Matt Swanson off turn 4. that brings out caution number 4.
Interestingly enough, Joe, just as we were talking about it around lap number 100, we are shy at lap number 89 up on the board, and it was Matt Swanson with car number 89, kind of a appropriate situations. We're looking for pit road to open. It does. No surprises to me and Joe. Here comes Silk. With him comes Lutz, Jake Johnson, along with the 51, Patrick Emmerling, the 1, and Matt Hirschman. Our number 1, and that is Patrick Emmerling. They managed to get out first. Kind of a surprise, but not really. Ronnie Silk was second car out. Jake Johnson was third, Justin Bonsignore, and then Austin Beers. Outside is Emmerling, inside Ronnie Silk. Green is out and they're racing to the bottom of turn 1.
Silk with a huge start on the bottom as he nosed out in front to the inside lane into the 26-degree banking. And Silk slides Patrick Emmerling up the racetrack to take the race lead. Here comes Jake Johnson to the bottom of turn 3.
Jake Johnson dives in deep. He slides up the racetrack. Backs out of it just a moment, steps on the gas again, and now it is Jake Johnson back into second. Here comes Bonsignore.
Now it's starting to look like it could be Ronnie Silk. They come across the line this time, 1 to go.
Final circuit in the competition. You're literally riding with Ronnie Silk as he comes off turn number 2. 50 years of the IceBreaker event. The chill is off. The heat is on. Ronnie Silk will win the 50th anniversary of the IceBreaker from Thompson Speedway.
Second time this season he'll visit victory lane, 24th career victory.